Hello and welcome to Sydney Diners VIP Club. I'm Jerry Dukoski and your host, and we're going to check out another fabulous restaurant in Sydney. It's called Crento. In fact, it's right across the street from the Northern Beaches. A great location. It's an Italian restaurant, and we're going to catch up with John, who is the owner and chef of the restaurant, and let's go right now. Thank you, John, for letting us come and visit your restaurant.
Yeah, no problem.
Why did you start the restaurant?
I'd worked in hospitality my entire life, basically, and I'd worked in a lot of places that were built purely to support the owners. I've worked with the low wages and not being paid super. I basically decided that I was sick of helping other people's restaurants and not only getting nothing for myself, but nothing for the people I worked with.
And you only started last year, is that right?
Last year in July, yeah.
I thought it was some lucky time.
Yeah, it definitely was, yeah.
And how are you surviving COVID?
We adapted quite heavily. First thing we did is actually took out the additional tables and chairs, brought in plants, which my mum actually waters all the plants. So we brought those in and freshened up the look a little bit. We then brought in some new delivery platforms, so we're now on all 4 major delivery platforms. We introduced an online ordering system. Effectively, we adapted to increase our revenue from where we were, even though we decreased the margins with it. It's sort of helped to keep us running, and backed by the government incentives up until last month, have not only helped keep us running, but helped keep all the staff employed, which is obviously really good for us.
Because then there's some $100 vouchers coming up as well.
There are, yes, yeah. So we've got, I think, $50 towards hospitality, which is going to be really good to coincide with the busy season. Because they're trialling it in the CBD, so it should actually fit in with us on the Northern Beaches in January. Usually we get busy in December. January dips down a bit and then it picks up again in February. So hopefully this will give us the boost we need to keep us going.
So obviously in summer you've got some good business. What about winter?
Yeah, so winter for us, since we opened, we've had a steady incline each month. Almost every month since we opened about a year and a half ago has been better than the last month before it. And so we haven't actually experienced the seasonal effects yet. I'm sure that as we level out and reach our capacity, we'll begin to feel the seasonal effects in the industry that obviously I've experienced in other restaurants.
And obviously, being a new restaurant, how did you get your new customers to come in and try?
Yeah, so we use multiple different marketing avenues. In particular, Facebook ads are a big one we use. We use TripAdvisor, not necessarily the advertising, but just to keep our profile solid. I do a lot of SEO work on our website, which really helps when people are looking for us to get natural results. So we actually stopped using Google ads about 6 months ago in COVID because our SEO had taken off. And then we also deliver our own leaflets to all the local communities. So we've been doing that since we opened to get the word out. And then a few different sort of interesting tactics. My family has helped us hand out little tickets at the bus stop to people for a free drink, and basically everything we can just to get the word out that we're here. And then we just try and bring the customers back.
So how do you do all the marketing and the cooking as well?
So I actually originally was the front of house. My background's in chefing and I did a bit of front of house work. I try to spend about an hour a day on the computer. I do also have a head chef who helps to keep the kitchen running, and a really strong team. So our kitchen team's the same as the team we opened with a year and a half ago, with the exceptions of new staff we've added in. But they put a lot of work in and take a lot of the load off me, so I can spend a bit more time doing the marketing and keeping the business running in that aspect.
Well done. Okay, so what are the plans for the future?
Well, the idea originally with the restaurant is to build a restaurant and a chain of restaurants that supports the customers, the staff and the owners equally. With this one and with all of them, we are looking basically to find restaurants that have lost a bit of their former glory and revive them with a new lease of life, a new brand, really bring passion back into it. It saves us on opening costs. It means we're not wasting money on big fit outs. Instead, we're taking someone else's, reviving that, keeping the staff employed, keeping the staff looked after, and making sure the customers are looked after and getting good value and everything with that.
So you're going well and truly ahead there. So if we came back and interview you 5 years from now, what would your life be for you?
I would hope no longer having to cook in the restaurant. But the idea in 5 years would be to have at least 3 or 4 more restaurants located around Sydney. Look at expanding back to Canberra, which is where I learned to do everything. And hopefully just spending my days going from restaurant to restaurant, making sure the staff are happy, making sure the customers are happy, and making sure the quality is up to standard.
Well, thank you very much for letting us come and visit the restaurant. It's a lovely restaurant and a great location. And I wish you all the very best. I'm sure you're going to be very successful.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks.
So we're here for our staff Christmas party. It's all our first time here. We're from Executive Property Leasing and we're loving it so far. The location's amazing. You can pop over to the beach after you've eaten and the service is out of this world. I've been really impressed. We'll be back.
We've just had entrees and the bruschetta was amazing. We had the tomato bruschetta and we had mussels and we had arancini balls and they were incredible. So really strong flavours, really tasty. So we're very excited for mains.
The service here is really fantastic. As soon as I walked in the door, I felt so welcomed and the waiter was really, really lovely and helpful. He explained the menu to me and was really happy with any changes that I would like to make.